What's going on, guys? Killer6 back with another news break for Borderlands 4. And last night in the wee hours of the morning, the PAX Australia event took place and Gearbox was there and they talked about Bounty Pack number 1, the raid boss, and free content. So let's break this down real quick so that you guys know what's happening. First of all, they talked mostly about Bounty Pack number 1, how Rush saved Mercenary Day. And here's their trailer for that. So let's go ahead and watch that first and then we'll talk about it.
Hey, want to throw a holiday party? Let's spread some cheer.
Happy Mercenary Day.
Gift delivery, all yours.
I bring a gift to forestall your crippling despair.
Oh, cool. Let's light this up.
I see you, Vault Hunter. Oh, by all means, come and get me.
And I'm pretty excited about this, but I just wonder, based off of what we saw, if this isn't just a lot of reskinning of stuff. Because if so, not a fan of that. I would have much preferred to see a brand new area with its own like actual location, and instead it looks like they took one of the bunker sites and they just reskinned it to be holiday themed. I hope that's not the case. You know, a lot of times with the footage for this stuff, there's very limited information. However, if it's a reskin, that's not going to be a good look. That said, it does feature Rush, who seems to be a fan favorite right now, and I'm excited for Rush and more content with him. We also got a brief look at the villain for this, who is going to be Minister Screw, and he has a nice creepy vibe. There's also some really cool cosmetics and some new gear and stuff that they talked about. By and large, they didn't give us a whole lot of actual details, which, you know, usually these things they never give too much in the way of details, which is fine. But I want to reiterate the Bounty Pack number 1, how Rush saved Mercenary Day, is included with the Bounty Packs content, also included with either of the deluxe editions of the game where you've purchased the extra bonus content. So you would get this if you bought any of the extra content. How Rush saved Mercenary Day drops November 20th. We will have pretty much consistent monthly content coming here, it looks like. Now, what you get for free, they talked about briefly, the Horrors of Kairos. That is a free seasonal event. There is no charge for this. This is something that everybody gets, and that drops on October 23rd. It goes until November 6th. Since this is a limited time event, the Horrors of Kairos is something you're going to want to grind while it's live. This is the same thing that they did with the Bounty of Blood in Borderlands 3. You have to jump in, you have to get your stuff while it's live. Hopefully we have better odds at getting our stuff than we did at getting some of the stuff in Borderlands 3 on that one, because that was rough trying to get that Vindicator Gassed Call. Most people did not get that when that seasonal event was live. Now, obviously, later on in Borderlands 3's life cycle, they just made all of that stuff free and available 24/7. You could play it anytime, and I hope that that's what happens here too, but I don't know why that's not just the thing. I guess it's one of those things where they know that if it's a limited time event, people will have to log on, whereas if you say, oh, you can do it anytime, people are less likely to come play the game at that point. Now, they say that during the mini event, the Horrors of Kairos, world boss encounters change the weather to a terror-inducing blood rain with new legendary loot that you have a chance to get from world boss kill rewards. In addition, they'll have shift codes during the event for a Gorge Your Loins Vault Hunter head usable by all the characters, and a Hex Appeal weapon skin that can be applied to any weapon. And it looks pretty cool. The grenade that they talked about, called the Scully, a death-dealing grenade that fires out projectiles as it seeks out the nearest target. Sounds kind of similar to the Gassed Call, but it might be different too. They also talked about the Murmur legendary TDR assault rifle, which will execute weakened enemies with guaranteed crits on targets under 35%. Then they talked about Bloomreaper the Invincible and adding in one more ultimate Vault Hunter level. So Bloomreaper is the Invincible raid boss that is coming in December of 2025. This will finally give us something to really sink our teeth into and test our builds. It's unfortunately a shame that it's not until December that we get to do that. Even with Borderlands 3, we had our first takedown, I think it was like in November of that year, so we didn't have to wait quite as long. And I think that Borderlands Borderlands 3 probably hemorrhaged a fair bit of players waiting on that content, honestly. But it does look like there's lots to come. I just worry that sometimes it's too little too late, and I know that these things take time to make, and I'm not saying that the devs need to like work 24/7, but I do think that launching a game without like a true end game activity makes things a little tough in the long run. So hopefully this is something that Gearbox learns from. Hopefully we get more consistent raid boss drops, and again, the raid boss is going to be a free piece of content, so you don't have to like pay anything for that. That's just going to be included for everybody. I would love to see more takedowns brought back. There's so much that can be done in this game right now, and you can add to the map, and there's honestly, I don't know, there's just so much that can be done, and I hope that they really embrace that and they really dive deep into that. And I really hope that these bounty packs are not just reskins of existing areas in the game, because that's not good. One other thing that was dropped during this is that we will now be getting cross save progress,
where I can take my progress that I've made on my PC and then bring it to my console game, or even if I'm having a portable system. And guys, we're bringing cross save to Borderlands. Yes.
So if you start your game on PC, but then you're like, man, I want to go sit on the couch and play some more, you will now have the option to have your saved progress go between your PC and your PlayStation 5 or your Xbox or whatever. Or if you play on Steam Deck, which I don't know how this game performs on Steam Deck. When I tested it back at launch, I was getting maybe 18 frames. So it was not ideal, but I also was, just playing the game directly off the Steam Deck instead of like streaming to it, so that could have an effect on it as well. One more thing that I'd like to add is we actually have a community event going on right now, and this is something that I really enjoy, is all these community events that they've been doing. And for this one, we need to do 1.8 million Ripper drill sites from October 10th through October 13th, and we'll get a shift code for this Vex skin that you see on screen right here. And they've been doing this pretty consistently every single week, so hopefully this is something that continues, and they keep giving us like ways that we can earn some in-game rewards, cosmetics, things like that. I would like to see like some sort of option where if the community hits a certain challenge, that we get 10 or 20 golden keys depending on how complicated the challenge is. Something like that I think could be really fun too. It would also be nice to see like some of the pre-order bonuses eventually become shift codes that people can earn via completing these challenges too. I don't think that you should limit the pre-order stuff just to the pre-order people. At some point I would like to see everything become available to everybody. All in all, like, listen, I'm excited to have more content to play. I really am. I want you guys to know that, but I do wonder if this is the best that they can offer. And again, we don't really know much based off of what they showed us. It doesn't really give us a whole lot. Changing the weather's cool, but is like some blood rain during the Halloween thing enough? I mean, it is a nice touch. It's something that we haven't had before, but again, we haven't seen all the footage. We don't know what all is included. I could be completely wrong about this, but based off of what they showed us, looks like a reskin. Hope I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, Gearbox. Please prove me wrong. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, tap the bell icon to be notified anytime I post new content, including news, information, shift codes, and all that good stuff. Appreciate you watching. Take care.